Hey YouTube, RepoMan64. Hopefully this video has volume. Yesterday was like really heart wrenching. It was probably the best video I ever did. I mean, it was like amazing, and then no volume. It's not true. It's just a video that I made. Anyway, I was talking yesterday about Jeffrey Magaha, and I'll sum it up real quick. And that is, we're just trying to figure this out. God told us to try to figure it out. He told us to watch. Um, you have a lot of watchers on here that are trying to figure it out in so many different ways. Dr. Barry and Got a Minute, they're using the moon, and they think it's going to happen October the 7th. These are high watch days. They're not saying that it's going to happen, but these are days to watch for, to look forward to. And when it doesn't happen, we just keep watching. You have Steve who looks at dates. He pulls out current events from the past and then lines up the 1260 and he gets to dates, and it's amazing how he does it. And I love watching his videos. Who else do we have? Who else have I seen here lately? End Times Dreams and Visions. He's found the Shemitah year. We're in the Shemitah year, and that's pretty incredible. And a lot of people are looking at 2021 believing this has to be it, you know. This is everybody I watch on video. Jeffrey Magaha, his apology. People got into his comment section, was pretty mean to him, which is silly. He's just trying, oh, well, look at that guy. That's the silent video I did. You just have to read my lips. And, of course, Tony, he's very susceptible, or how do you say, he's very alert or aware of, sensitive to things that are around him. He's been hearing trumpets and shofars, and things are lining up for him pretty well, the way he's looking at stuff. The Watchman, everybody watches him. This was incredible.
Sí, váyate las manos.
But watch the compression of this explosion when it goes off. Look at that compression that happens. They know it's about to happen. It's getting louder and louder, and then boom!
Hostia, la onda masiva, cuidado los oídos,
That was incredible. So, I want to make sure I'm still recording. I think I am. So, we keep watching. You have myself and Sabine Vlaming looking at the Enoch calendar. To me, it's pretty amazing how a lot of things line up on the Enoch calendar. And just a myriad of resources here for you to watch and know that we are close to this date that we've been looking forward to. And then there's the doubters, the mockers, and the scoffers. It's the same as it's always been. Nothing's changed since our fathers have died. The sun's going to come up and the moon's going to come up and nothing's going to change. Anytime one of us puts in as much work as we do to get to this, to a high watch day, there's always some armchair quarterback who's sitting there, has put zero effort into figuring it out, then basically points their finger. But it's very few. I got to tell you, I'll have, and it's hard to keep up. I have so many comments. I try to at least give a heart to every single comment or an explanation. Or if you've said something mean, I get to say something mean back, which that's so rare. Literally 0.1%. It's not very many people at all. And we're all watching. We're all trying to figure this out. And everyone's coming to these things in different ways. Some of us are using Stellarium to see everything line up, but Dr. Barry had a really good argument about, or explanation about the war in heaven that's going to take place, and he sees that happening right around October the 7th, and there's just a bunch of stuff happening on that day up in our solar system. God obviously knew that we would have, or he gave it to us. He's the author of technology. If you think we're technologically advanced right now, You wait to see what happens in heaven. Cars will run on no fuel. Um, we'll be able to go from 0 to 1,000 without harming ourselves. There'll be no G forces that could hurt us. We'll be able to go into outer space. I mean, all kinds of stuff will be awaiting us. You can't die, and you won't tempt it because you just know you can't. So you won't even play with it. So, but the reason I know we're close, and the reason I know this is about to happen, and it's the best reason out of all of them. It's not the stellarium. It's not the Enoch calendar. It's not the current events or times and dates from current events to today, 1,260 days. It's not. It's none of that stuff. It's not gematria. It's none of that stuff. You know how I know? How I know is the mockers and scoffers. These people did not exist for the past 2,000 years. They did not exist for the past 2,000 years. Do you think that perhaps God gave Jeffrey Magaha a piece of information only because God says it very clearly? I'll set you up and pull you back down. It's to his good pleasure, whatever he wants. He's God. He did everything. We don't owe him, he doesn't owe us an explanation for anything that he does. Zero. I might have a heart attack tomorrow and die. There is no explanation that needs to be given. My wife should never say, that's not fair. He's worked so many hours and hours on trying to figure this out, and now he had a heart attack and died. You don't get to say that because we know there's an afterlife. We know that this isn't the end. This is only the beginning. Our little time on this planet is a few pieces of sand on an entire beach. It's not much, you know? And so how do I know that it's coming? It's because of the mockers and scoffers. It says, in the last days there will come mockers and scoffers, going after their own lusts. They can't wait for a date to pass so that they can mock and scoff. They are fulfilling one of the greatest proofs that we're at the end. That's what they're doing. They are fulfilling that. I wouldn't want to be that person, but that's what they're doing. They're fulfilling a big, huge prophecy. I think bigger than us figuring out the moon and figuring out the Enoch calendar and figuring out all this other stuff. I believe that is one of the biggest prophecies to be fulfilled right at the end. I think it's one of the last ones, and it is. I've been in this and I said it 1,000 times, but I have a lot of new viewers. I've been in making graphs for 30 years, timelines, trying to figure this out. And I stumbled across Enoch, and I said, wow, that's simple. It makes it real simple, where everything falls. It never changes. It falls in the exact same place every year on the Enoch. And I'm not doubting or discrediting anybody else who gets to another date. I never would. So Jeffrey Magaha, my hat's off to you. God, I believe, used you to pull out and to define and to separate the wheat from the tares and point out the mockers and scoffers. I think God used you for that. And that is a blessing. That is an absolute blessing. We should have never looked at Jeffrey Magaha or Dr. Barry or myself or Sabine or Wackadoodle Simone or WatchNet. I mean, I follow over 100 people. All of these wonderful watchers, we should have never looked at them like they were some kind of authority. God is not going to give his glory to another. At the end of the day, God's going to tell us, like he says in Amos 3:7. He also says in Revelations 3:3, if you do watch, you're going to know the day and the hour. I personally have a feeling that right at the end, we're going to see a huge sign that only the watchers are going to see. Everyone else is going to miss it. They won't see it. And I've always leaned towards Damascus, but I'm not stuck on it. I'm not stuck on anything, so I'm just watching like everybody else. Anyway, I thought I'd get on here, give you some encouragement, Jeffrey Magaha, and keep going. Don't stop. Keep searching. That's what we're supposed to do. You help fulfill a very huge prophecy, and that's awesome. And we all are, actually, and that's what we're supposed to do. So anyway, RepoMan64. I hope the volume worked on this time. We'll see. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Go to a quiet place by yourself. Nobody needs to know. You don't need to tell anybody. And accept the Lord into your heart. And remember this: we are in the age of grace. Jesus is all we need. That's it. There is nothing more. There is nothing less. So that's all that Jesus is all that matters. So, alrighty, we will chat with you later. Let me see if I can figure out how to get back to this thing here. Here, and